In today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys through the best possible out of position investments. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. For the cheapest premium trading service for just £4, €4 or free with Amazon Prime. You'll get yourself daily trading and investing guides covering both Xbox and PlayStation with an array of different techniques depending on your budget. I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million on multiple titles, and recently making over 10 million in the first month for the last 3 years. So what we're going to do in today's video is just walk you guys through all of the out of position investments that I think are good. I'm going to show you some previous trends on what shows there's, I guess, really good demand for them, and talk about buying them, and then talk about why potentially they might not work at the end. So, without further ado, let's go and talk about the first player. Now, the first player we are going to be getting underway with is going to be the likes of Lucas Vazquez. Now, Lucas Vazquez comes in at I think about 80k at the moment. You can see that the league teams are very popular because Modric did nothing but rise and rise and rise for literally the best part of about 3 weeks. He's actually dropped since because of Vazquez, which is another thing that shows that there's decent demand for Vazquez. We see Modric drop because of Vazquez. We saw road to the knockout stage. Lamar drop because of Vazquez, so we know there's decent demand for Vazquez. Obviously as well, this guy from Real Madrid. Real Madrid is one of the most demanded clubs when it comes to links in FIFA. We can also look at this. There's 2 decent trends showing some decent rebounds already. Sunday we saw the initial release and then we saw a rebound, and yesterday we saw a really decent rebound from 73k there to 94, and even since he went down to 75 yesterday and he has rebounded to 80. So every day he's had some really solid rebounds, and because of those really solid rebounds, we can see that there is some really good demand for him. And again, it does make sense with him being a Real Madrid midfielder with, I guess, 80 almost in every stat, and having the utility of CDM, centre mid and cam. So the second player coming in is going to be the likes of Berardi, only coming in at the best part of 60k. Now the reason this guy's really good is because this week we obviously have the hyper demanded SBC of Chiesa. Because he had the hyper demanded, basically everyone completed SBC of Chiesa, all of Chiesa's links have done very well this week, which means that hopefully Berardi, as long as Chiesa stays in people's teams next week, will do very well. We've also seen some really good rebounds on him. Did see a good rebound on Sunday. Yesterday we saw a rebound from 60k to 75k, and since he went down to 60k yesterday, and since has rebounded to 64k. So 2 out of 3 rebounds is pretty decent. Again, the main utility for this guy is coming in for links to Chiesa. Again, if EA go release another really good right-wing SBC that takes Chiesa out of teams, there's a chance this guy won't do well, but I do think he'll be a nice little link because of all of Chiesa's link investments have done very well. I mean, I can go and show you. We have Donnarumma. Donnarumma did very well. Chiesa came out on the Friday. You can see Donnarumma went from 52 all the way up to 64 and still rising. I'm sure I can show you another investment as well. Likes of Barella. Barella, what do we have? Thursday, 76k, already up to 88k. I'm going to keep on rising, and hopefully the likes of Barella will follow, not Barella, the likes of Berardi will follow said trends because of the hyper demand for the Chiesa SBC. Next player we move underway is going to be the likes of Fofana. Now Fofana is a bit of a weirder one because I personally thought he'd be a bit dodgy because of the links, but there is very good demand for him. We can see that he hasn't really dropped too much since Sunday, which, you know, shows decent demand. Bear in mind other players have dropped a fair bit. We look at some of his rebounds. What do we have? Sunday, you'd have to look at Friday's price. But Sunday he got down there to 103. He then rebounded to the best part of 111k. Yesterday he went down to 106, and today he's had the best part of a rebound to, I guess, 109k. So 2 rebounds right there. Again, not really dropping much from Sunday, shows a decent level of demand. Personally, again, I thought he was a bit weird because of how hard he is to link in, but he does seem to be a very popular card. I guess it's because he's got the utility of a CDM as well as the centre-back. But there is the likes of Fofana. I guess we'll move straight into the second centre-back. Dumfries, once again, he's got the indirect link to the likes of Chiesa because people are building Serie A teams. Some really good rebounds on him with the likes of Sunday. Sunday went down to the likes of 80k. He then proceeded to rebound to 83k. He then went down to 85k yesterday and has already been rebounding to 88k and 89k right here. So some decent demand there on the likes of Dumfries. Once again, doing really well at the moment, just like all Serie A players because of the Chiesa carrying people's teams. Personally, a card that I thought was a bit trash, but it doesn't really matter what my opinion on the actual card is because the trends are really good. That comes into the likes of Reece James. Reece James, look at some of his trends on the Sunday went down to 153k. He then rebounded to 170, so a 17k rebound is very, very solid on James. James then proceeded to drop to 152 and literally rebounded an hour later there to 160. Since then, he's basically been 160 all day. But yeah, decent, I guess, you know, English Prem, normally a very well-demanded combo. And yeah, again, I did think the card was kind of trash, but it doesn't really matter because in the end of the day, the trends on him rebounding are very good, and I can see him doing well out of packs on Thursday. And the last player that I will bring up, and that is the likes of Ivan Perisic. Ivan Perisic is actually very strange. He's actually going completely against the normal trends and the trends of every other card this week. Still would not recommend picking up till Thursday. So the reason he goes against the trends is this guy was the cheapest by Sunday by a fair bit. And he's actually rebounded the best part of 18k when the rest of the cards just kept dropping and dropping. This may just be due to a lot of hype around him. Apparently pros are using him. Well, you know, we've seen in the past when pros are using cards like Renato Sanchez, I think maybe St. Maxim Vinicius Juniors in previous years. These cards can do very, very well. Now, there could have been a play to buy him yesterday, but I'll be honest with you, I still would gamble on the Thursday play just because some of the drops are so bad between Monday to Thursday to the point where, you know, I don't think I'd really want to buy. But yeah, so Perisic could do extremely, extremely well out of packs. But what's going to take, you know, for these guys to do well out of packs? Well, the problem is the next promo I think we are going to get is going to be the likes of Team of the Group Stage. And the problem with Team of the Group Stage is normally it is full of good players who are good at football because that's how they go on Team of the Group Stage. So it kind of depends on, I guess, the sort of players we're going to get in Team of the Group Stage, and if we get Team of the Group Stage. We might not get it, but we normally get it on the last day of the group stages, and obviously the group stages being played this week. So, for example, let's say Perisic. How well Perisic will do will depend on, are there going to be any cams? And I'll go through this in maybe tomorrow's video. Are there any cams in the Prem who are about, you know, 150 to 200k looking? Because normally Team of the Group Stages are actually very cheap cards. I think 2 years in a row now these cards have been very cheap. Also what they do is they buff. Normally you just get like 1 to 2 inform upgrades, but they actually heavily buff cards that are trash. For example, Christiansen only had 65 pace. They buffed him to an 80 pace card. So how well Perisic will do out of packs depends on how good is the next promo. Likewise, if we get no promo next week, Perisic is going to skyrocket, probably go to like 150, 160, 170, and it'll probably go down to 110. So it's subjective on how good the next promo is. If next promo is trash, or we don't get a next promo, these cards are going to bang. Next promo is good. It will depend on who's coming in this next promo. So again, we'll have a little look at the team of the group stage, or my predicted team of the group stage tomorrow, and you know, I can even refer back to these cards. In terms of buying the players, I'd recommend buying them on Thursday after Division Rival Awards. Probably looking about 9:10 a.m. If you can't do that, after marquee matchups is solid. And then you look at selling these cards, probably going to be on the Saturday, you know, Saturday or Sunday, I'd say, the following week. So that is going to be that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a video on who I think will get team of the group stage and how it will affect the market.